everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Male Perspective. I am your host, Lana Reid, and today I have with me Mr. Alan Katz. I'm so tickled. He has such a unique profession. He performs weddings, dressed up as very creative and unique characters, does impersonations and everything, and it's just a load of fun. So I can't wait to get into it and talk to him about it. But first of all, Alan, thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for making time.
It's my pleasure. I love doing stuff like this.
Great. So first of all, so I was being nosy and roaming around your website, and it was just so interesting to see. How does somebody get involved in this line of work?
So I never imagined that I was going to be doing this. I mean, if you would have asked me in 2003, hey, are you going to be the biggest wedding officiant in the world and do all these weddings, I would have told them they were crazy.
Uh-huh.
A friend of mine was getting married, and I was originally going to be his best man. And he goes, you know what, my brother wants to be this best man. You're an actor. Will you do our ceremony? I'm like, absolutely. And after I finished the ceremony, people came up to me and they go, that was the most amazing ceremony I've ever seen. You should quit all your jobs and do this for a living. And so I listened to them. And slowly I started the business and became the successful business owner that I am.
Well, awesome. That was back in 2003.
Yeah.
So you've been doing this for about 17 years now. That is amazing.
It's been a lot of fun. I've had so much fun, so many great experiences, gone to so many amazing locations.
Great.
It's a great industry.
So one of the things that I was reading is that you offer 24-hour services. Now, you know, with us being so close to Nevada, that's usually something you hear in the Las Vegas market. You know, you just run to Vegas for that 20. So tell me, how does this work? So you're laying in bed at 1 o'clock in the morning and somebody calls you and you just get up.
And I get phone calls in the middle of the night saying, hey, can I get married? My favorite story is I get a call at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Married tonight? All right, I'll meet you at 4. So they're here in my office and I'm issuing them the marriage license because I'm a special agent.
Okay.
Issue licenses. I'm issuing them the license. I say to him, so why do you want to get married at 4 o'clock in the morning? And he goes, I have to report to prison at 6. So I got it done quickly. I go, you guys better knock it out in the parking lot and drive him to the prison.
He's looking for some conjugal visits there.
Oh, yeah. Wants to get a little beforehand. And
That is crazy. I am sure you have seen some amazing things. So
oh my gosh, have I?
Yeah, besides the prison story, I mean, what is the strangest, most memorable wedding that you performed?
Oh my gosh, I've done so many, because I do the themed weddings, the creative weddings.
Yeah.
Like, Elvis weddings and things like that. One of the most creative was for a couple. She loved Elvis, he loved Star Wars. So I became Elvis Kenobi. It's like a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, she was your hunka burning love.
Oh, feel cute. So you mentioned you got into all of this because you're in the field, the career line of acting. Has this opened doors for you with that?
Well, in the reality show business, yes, I've done a lot of reality shows, because I'm the expert in the industry. I just got interviewed by TMZ today about the current state of the industry.
Okay.
I've been on local news dozens of times talking about, special days, Valentine's Day, things like that.
Okay.
So I'm like the go-to guy.
Okay.
So, I love being on TV. Narcissistic that way.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't want to be in the line of acting if you didn't love being on TV. There's some of us that are like, no, we're behind the scenes. But then there is Alan who likes to be in front of the camera. So it all works out. What in your years of doing this? Because, we do have the traditional, you plan for a year type of people. But what do you find the difference in the people who are all of a sudden it's pressing, we need to do it right now versus the people who like to plan it out? Is there?
I deal with both sorts of couples. I mean, I get calls every day. Can we get married today? Can we get married today? And, under normal circumstances, not COVID times, we bring them in, we'd issue them. I had one couple, they called me at 9 o'clock in the morning and we set an appointment for noon and they came in, they were so lovey-dovey. They loved each other. Their kiss was amazing. 4 hours later, he calls me and he goes, can we rip up the papers? We broke up. We never even got to do it. So all I'm imagining, this is the scenario I imagined in my head, is Yeah, the ceremony's over, they go, they have a meal, and then it's time to get down to it. And he takes things off, and she's like, "Oh, hell no. Either too much or too small." And she just walked out. That's the only thing I'm imagining.
Oh my gosh, you have so many stories. I'm sure this is definitely a movie, a book, or
Oh
whatever.
God, everybody tells me I should be, I should have a movie made after me or write a book.
Okay.
But nobody would believe these stories. They would think it was fiction.
Oh, but no, I mean, like I said, you've documented some of it. So when people go to the website that we'll give them at the end of the show, but you could see some of it and see how crazy and chaotic it could potentially be. So,
Oh, yeah.
it has validity to it. Now, you mentioned something, and I'm kind of curious about it, but you mentioned COVID-19, these times that we find ourselves in.
Right.
So with you being so creative or whatever, are people able, is it possible to navigate through internet weddings?
Yeah, I've still been doing weddings with people who have a marriage license, and it's tough to get one, but once you can get one, LA County will be opening up hopefully soon in a few weeks. I'm actually leading a task force.
Okay.
A private task force with members of the health department, the county clerk's office, the county board of supervisors. This week we're doing a Zoom meeting.
Okay.
And we're trying to figure out a way of getting it started. And I've gotten a lot of the other wedding chapel owners together, and together we're proposing some plans to help start the industry again.
Okay.
I can't sit back and wait. I'm a person who, my mom told me, if you believe in something, go for it. Do everything you can to make it happen. So I'm just not going to sit back.
Come on, feed you.
I'm a person who's going to go for it and do everything I can. Not just for me, but for the couples who want to get married.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Awesome. I love it. So you mentioned the other wedding chapels. So there's other people in this industry in Southern California?
LA's like Las Vegas. We have several wedding chapels. Some are like somebody's garage. Others are beautiful places like this where people come and get married.
Okay. And you said beautiful places like this. Where's yours located at?
I'm in Long Beach.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Indoor and outdoor location.
Okay.
And it's really beautiful, really fun.
Okay.
And that's what weddings should be. They should be fun.
Yeah.
Not that old they're saying, do you take her to be your wife? Nobody wants that wedding, and people think that that's all there is out there.
Yeah, there's a shift. But
the thing I hear from couples all the time is, oh my God, as soon as I went to your website, I knew I wanted you to do the ceremony because you are what we want as our ceremony. We don't want it to be a snore fest.
That's right. I mean, it's one of the most memorable days of your life. So you want to create some memories, and you offer so much fun. I mean, it's just a wonderful thing.
Thank you.
I want to touch on something just because I'm nosy. But you mentioned the chapels are coming together, and LA County and this task force. What are some things that you guys are running into, or some issues that are you needing to open back up? I understand the 6 feet of.
The main thing is marriage licenses. So LA County is closed, and as a chapel, we all get our marriage licenses from LA County as notaries. We can't get marriage licenses issued to our couples, which means chapels are pretty much closed down.
Okay.
What we're trying to do is we're trying to come up with the county that they can reopen our special notary program so they can give us licenses so we can alleviate people from having to go down to the county in groups en masse to be able to do one-on-one meetings with people to safely and securely issue people marriage licenses.
Okay.
It's like New York is doing Zoom licenses. The possibilities of fraud are so crazy that it's just insane.
Okay.
Being able to use a program like us, the notary program in Los Angeles, we create a safe, a secure way of couples legally getting married and doing it where we verify their identities and make sure that they're not being scammed.
Okay, so now that leads me to the next question. So somebody calls you on the phone and says, Alan, we are wanting to get married. What do they need to provide you with to get married? What do they need to bring to you? What documentation?
So in order to get married, you have to have a marriage license.
Okay.
And so right now, LA County is closed. So right now, Orange County is open and they can get them there. So various places around the US, their county clerk's offices are opening. Las Vegas just opened.
Okay.
So people can get marriage licenses, and marriages are resuming in Las Vegas.
Okay.
So once you have a marriage license, then you can have your wedding ceremony.
Okay. So see, mine was eons ago, so I'm so out the loop. So, I wouldn't. But So people, the normal thing years and years ago, you heard about people would run to Vegas and just show up at a chapel and, drive through with Elvis or whatever and get married.
Right.
So can somebody drive in from like Texas and get married or?
Yeah, anybody from anywhere in the world can get married in California.
Okay.
They have to have a valid ID and they can get married.
Okay. So how old do you have to be to get married in California?
18.
Okay. No child marriages, no underage marriages.
No.
But I love him, Alan. But
they have to be approved by a court.
But I love him, Alan. I can't.
Oh, I hear these calls all the time. Hi, I'm 15 and I want to get married. I'm like, dude, she's gonna be good for you. She's not gonna stick with you. Just wait till you're 18 at least. Wait till you're 30.
Oh, okay? Goodness gracious.
Secure, right? Be able to spend some money on your wedding and not just that.
See, that's a new package deal. Marriage and counseling, like the pre-counseling and the marriage. It's something you could, tie in there. All right.
No, and some people offer the counseling, but counseling should only be done by a licensed professional. Schmuck like me, who's been married and divorced twice. Okay.
Yeah, dress up in your Elvis thing and give them some counseling before they go down the aisle.
That's right, man. Make her your hunk of burning love, and treat her softly and love me tender.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
That would be cute.
That's my counseling.
And come back to you a year later like, Alan, that sucked. That really didn't work what you gave, that advice you gave us.
I told you to go to a therapist. I'm not a therapist. Therapist is, it's 2 words, the rapist.
No, there you go.
Right?
There you go. Awesome. So with your traditional wedding, they usually season is popping like in the summertime. Do you have a time of year that's more popular than others?
Usually January through December is the most popular time of the year.
Oh, so people are just so desperately in love in the colder months.
All the time. Probably the busiest season is probably September, October are the 2 busiest months.
Okay.
On those months, on a normal year, we're usually doing 30 to 50 weddings every weekend. So.
30 to 50 a weekend?
Yeah.
Wow.
We're the big guys. We're the OGs.
There you go.
The OMs. Okay.
Ministers. How many of you guys are out there? How many in your crew?
I have 37 people who are independent contractors for me.
Okay.
So
37 people. Okay.
And we do about 1,500 a year.
That is so funny. This is, I've just walked around in LA and you guys have been, I've just never, this is so
you never would think about that. It's a thing.
Yeah.
But again, you can't just be ordained and do ceremonies, which I did, but I'm a professional actor. I'm a professional entertainer. It's just like, you can't give somebody a brush and expect them to be a hairstylist. Somebody an iPod and expect them to be a DJ.
Okay.
So my skills and my team skills are all been honed to be the professionals, to be able to read an audience. Because basically what we're doing is we're putting on a show.
Yeah.
So the couple is the stars, their wedding party is the supporting cast, their guests are the audience. And we're writing this really cool show. And then at the end of the show, everybody claps and they have their wrap party. That's what we're doing. So
nice.
It's the coolest show ever.
Love the concept. So the people that come to work with you or for you, do you find that they're mostly in the entertainment industry as well?
Many of them are. Some are ex-ministers, but they get my concept.
Okay.
But I found that people who have entertainment backgrounds get it a lot better.
Okay.
Get the idea of we're playing to an audience. Most of the ministers out there, they think of it in a clerical thing. It's all about the Lord, and it's all about, Yes, you can have God in it, but the wedding ceremony is about the couple.
Yeah.
Their love story, if they have belief
or not,
that into the ceremony, but it's their choice. Most of the ceremonies out there by those ministers are all about the God, and oh yeah, you like each other. Mm-hmm. The flip way, and it's love, and hey, here's your belief.
That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm. On your website, you offer weed weddings. Tell me about that.
That's right. Cannabis weddings.
Cannabis weddings.
Cannabis weddings is called Joint Vows. Is the website jointvows.com, and basically it's for couples who like their 420 type wedding that want somebody to be able to perform their ceremony without judgment.
Okay.
So many people out there, oh, weed weddings, I can't believe you're doing the devil weed. Well, you know what? People are going to do it, and we're there to help couples, whether they want to have it as part of the ceremony or as part of their reception. We're there to show that we're understanding, we're acceptable. We won't do it during the ceremony because we won't drink and we won't smoke weed during a ceremony. Heroin, yes. I'm just kidding.
I know. So I'm assuming that it's much easier for somebody in your industry with your concept or business model to thrive in open-minded societies like Southern California. But let's take you down to Alabama. You might might be
in Alabama, it's different. They are still clergy oriented in their ceremonies down there, but a lot of people are kind of fighting back against that because they don't want, a lot of people aren't with the church or the church they go to. So businesses like mine are starting to thrive in those areas to give people an alternative to being able to having to go to church, being forced to go to church, or being able to have the wedding of their dreams.
Okay, gotcha. Now,
and that's what this is all about. It's a couple's wedding. It's not my wedding.
Yeah, it's about the couple.
Wedding. It's their wedding.
True. Now, I'm going to express my ignorance, and maybe you can help me out or not. So I know Vegas has this 24-hour wedding concept. You can get married on the fly. I'm learning today with you that Southern California has it. So are other states offering this 24-hour wedding concept? You can get married in?
Well, as long as somebody has a marriage license, a couple can do a wedding. California is unique in that it has a notary program that I'm involved in that allows counties to appoint specialized notaries to be able to issue marriage licenses, so they can do them 24 hours.
Okay.
Other states don't have that program. Vegas doesn't have that program.
Oh, okay.
They go to the county, and they close at midnight, and then you can go anywhere in the county.
Okay. Because I remember
any of the wedding chapels with a marriage license and do it.
Oh, okay. Because I remember eons ago, my wedding in North Carolina, we had to apply for the license and wait a certain period of time and yada, 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 yada. So it wasn't, the possibility of it being on the fly at that moment was not there. So.
They probably should have a waiting period. Because, I've had so many couples, that one couple that I told you about that broke up, I get those calls often. So.
Wow. Yeah. It's so fleeting. I think people don't really understand like that. I'm so in love. Give it a minute. Give it a minute.
Right. But I'm not here to judge.
That's right.
I'm here to do my job, to issue you the marriage license and perform the ceremony without judgment.
Okay. So do you ever?
Doesn't matter who you are, you can get married.
So do you ever have any uncomfortable feelings where maybe the groom or the bride is maybe being forced into this?
It happened a couple months ago.
Oh.
Where this couple came in and she just didn't want to do it, and so she wasn't going to show up, and so I left. People were just getting their stuff ready, and all of a sudden the bride shows up, and now they're arguing in the back. So I'm sitting and waiting. They're going, it's off, we're not doing it. And then about 20 minutes later, they come back. Okay, it's back on again. And then they get into a fight. No, it's off. And then they come back. It's on. I go, you know what? You need to get your store in order. You need to get yourselves in order. Wedding's done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's coercion. You're forcing him to get married.
Yeah.
So, yes, I have to stop people. And then I feel bad about this one guy. He came in early to get everything ready, and he's waiting, and all of a sudden his cell phone rings. And he goes, oh, this is her. I go, yeah, go take the call in the other room. So he comes back with this frown on his face. His lower lip is shaking. It's like, she's not coming. She doesn't want to marry me.
Oh.
Then the guests start showing up. And they're like, so the wedding's not happening. Go to the reception site. We're still having dinner. Go to the reception site.
Okay.
And I go, I don't know. She's not showing up. Apparently she just wasn't ready.
Yeah. So you need a bride and groom and a witness, or just a bride?
Yes, no, and maybe. So in California, we luckily have two types of marriage licenses.
Okay.
Requires a witness and the other that doesn't. We issue the ones that for couples that they don't need a witness, so they can just be the two of them coming in.
Okay.
So California's a pretty cool state.
Okay.
One of the only states in the union that offers that.
We're awesome. So you mentioned this is your second wedding. Did you get married the second time creatively or no?
No. No, first time was on the dance floor of a Mexican restaurant. Second time was in the rec room of my friend's condo complex, who ended up being the first person I married, strangely enough. The third time, she's sitting over here next to me, and I love her desperately.
Just couldn't be together, right?
And here, come over here and say hi. So she's coming over to say hi real quick.
Hi, beautiful.
Hi.
Thank you for putting up on him. I know he's a really guy.
No, well, you know better than me. You were with him, so yeah, but that's so cute.
I love him to death. I love him.
Yeah.
I love her too.
He's just a guy with a big, big heart.
I can tell.
And a big,
well,
yes, heart.
That's why you kept him around, right?
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, beautiful.
You stay safe, okay?
You too, dear. You too, dear. Oh, it's wonderful talking to you. I love the energy. You guys are great. You guys are phenomenal.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
I actually met her at a wedding. She was a guest at a wedding.
Not supposed to be there.
That's right. She wasn't even supposed to be there. She was a last-minute invited guest with her friend. And I walk into this room. I see this table of Filipino girls, and I've always had a thing for Filipino girls, but I never was able to date one. Just never found one I wanted to date.
Gotcha.
And I see this table, and all of a sudden she just popped out. And I couldn't stop looking at her during the ceremony. And after the ceremony, I took a selfie and I texted it to her. And then she texted back later. And then the first time we met, the first date, when I touched her hand, I'm like, this is the woman I want to be with.
And then how long after that?
I knew.
How long after that you guys were married?
We had our ceremony in December of this past year. We just escaped to New York. We went into Central Park next to the lake, and one of my friends who does this in New York presided over the ceremony.
Oh, that's so, I'm such a sucker for love stories. Oh, that is so great.
Well, she didn't know about it. She didn't know about it. I told her we were doing a photo shoot, and it had just snowed in the park, so the park was covered with snow, and she was in this beautiful white jacket that I bought her, and a little hat, and it was just.
So you were just sure she was going to go for it.
Oh yeah, I knew it. So
a man with confidence.
She still said, you didn't send me in for makeup. I'm like,
a man with confidence.
Yeah.
So you've been in this for 17 years, and everything evolves, everything changes, everything grows, everything gets better. Do you see the marriage industry or this field that you're in advancing, making some changes? Do you have some?
It'll change for the time being. For the next 6 months or so, until larger celebrations are allowed, it's going to change significantly. But the two things that don't stop, you've heard of death and taxes. Well, death and marriages, they'll always be there.
Yes.
So I'm in a pretty secure industry. It's just that being able to morph to the new changes.
Okay.
The abilities of getting married and marriages.
Okay.
That's essential right now.
Okay. And that's what, I was talking to somebody the other day about how after this, one of the effects is we're going to try to exist more online than we were before. And I think I maybe have asked you this, but earlier. So can a couple do like this now with Zoom? And
no, in New York, yes. I think in one other state, yes, but not in 90% of the United States. It's actually illegal. If you had somebody there who I was marrying and I tried to do it like this, it's a misdemeanor. It's illegal. The marriage would be void.
Okay.
The couple and the minister all have to be in the same place at the same time.
So that is actually
socially distanced, but it can be done.
That is legislation. Okay. All right. Didn't know that either. You're just learning stuff all the time. Okay. Okay. So you have people bring their pets with them, the kids with them, and all of that stuff?
Yeah, I did one on a hilltop. We parked in this neighborhood, hiked up to this hilltop just a couple of days ago, and we did it with 10 of their family members, all socially distanced, whatever. If they were families, they stayed in one spot. If they were other friends, they stayed socially distant from each other. But it was nice.
Okay. I just get this
10 feet away from the couple and yelling.
I just get this reoccurring vision in my mind of you in the parking lot of Denny's at 2:00 in the morning. Do you take this?
I have done that. Actually, I was at I've done it at a fast food restaurant in the parking lot. I've done it in a Target lunch counter.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I said to a couple, where do you want to get married? Well, we live near a Target. You want to meet us at the lunch counter? So I went in there. I issued them the license right on the lunch counter. Do you? And there's a special on item 4, on aisle 4. Yeah.
I think I had saw on my Facebook news feed, this couple had gotten married in Walmart because that was where they had met. And I was like, but you know, it's individual for each couple. So if that's what, that's what flows.
I was doing one wedding for a couple and they wanted to do it at this one store, but the store wasn't open. So they just said, well, we have keys to this mailbox, etc., where we get our mail. So can we do it in there? And we're like, all right. So now I'm making up all these mail jokes. You know, do you promise to deliver to her, you know, all the love that you can?
Oh, you're spontaneous like that too.
I'm major improv. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's great. I want to see you in a movie. This is going to be great. Who's pitching that?
I know. Well, if you look up Wicked Crazy Weddings on YouTube or Vimeo, you can see my pilot. Or the pilot pitch. It's pretty funny.
I can see that. That would make a great reality show. I would watch that more so that, well, I don't even watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but I would watch that before.
You know, I'm a big reality show fan. You know, I'm a big Survivor fan.
Okay.
When I proposed to my wife, we're both big fans of the show. I got tickets to the finale show earlier last year. And when all the audience is seated right before they start the show, I bring her up and I say, let's see the stage. And when she turned around to look at the stage, I was on one knee in front of the entire studio audience and proposed to her.
Okay, that's great.
So I couldn't just do something normal. You know, I'm not that guy to, we're in the bedroom or, we're in Disney in front of the castle. You know.
Oh, I love it.
I would have done it at Disney, but because I'm the preferred officiant at Disney for fairy tale weddings. So, and for me, those are my favorite weddings.
Now, see, I am just walking around in this world just dumb as dumb. I didn't even know Disney had weddings. So
yeah,
you can get married at Disney.
Not in the park. Well, they do them in the park, but that starts at $100,000. And they have to wait till the park is closed. Because they either do it in the morning before it opens or in the evening after it closes.
$100,000, you said?
Yeah, it starts. That's just starting. That's not including food or anything else. That's just, you want to do it in the park, give us $100,000 and then pay all these other costs. But it would be the most amazing wedding. I mean, I've seen weddings done there and it's the most.
So Mickey Mouse comes out and reads for you or what?
They do all sorts of stuff. Well, when we do it, because normally when I do it, it's at the hotels.
Okay.
They have 2 hotels next to Disney and in Anaheim, and that's where I do the ceremonies at. But they have the horse and carriage.
Oh, yeah.
Carriage where they come up in the carriage. The royal footman helps them out. And then when it's time for the rings, I say, Royal Footman, bring.
Oh, okay. Now it all, okay.
He walks down with a glass slipper. And the rings are in the glass slipper. And he brings them up to me. And
oh, now, okay. Now all of that is, okay. Now I can see that kind of getting pricey. Well, Alan, 30 minutes is just zoomed on by.
And we're on Zoom, so there you go.
There you go. So, you know, I wrap up with a random question, and then I want you to tell everybody how they can come to you for a wedding within, well, after LA opens up.
Right.
They can get married within an hour, probably, huh? Start to finish?
30 minutes or less, better than Domino's Pizza.
Just drive through a fast food restaurant, huh?
Pretty much.
Don't even have to get out the car. Isn't that interesting? Okay, question is, should you put on your socks first or your pants?
Pants.
Why?
Well, there's 2 schools of thought, whether you've showered or not.
Okay.
For a guy, if you've showered and you put your pants on first and then put on your socks, you have to kind of put your leg up, and the soap from your leg can actually get onto your pants. And then you have to wipe all that soap off. So I guess the best way to do it would be put the socks on first and then pants. That way you don't have to deal with the soap on the pants.
Okay. Everybody, take his advice. So tell people how they connect with you so they can get married creatively, on the fly, whatever. So
our main website is www.greatofficiants.com. That's great, OFFICIANTS.com.
Okay.
Our wedding chapel, it's cutelittle.weddingchapel.com.
And once again, where do people
get married on the beach? It's SoCalBeachWeddings.com.
Where do people look at your pilot again?
It's called Wicked Crazy Weddings on YouTube.
Okay. Does the wife perform weddings too?
She does. She issues and performs
cute.
the ceremony. Sometimes we co-do it. Like she speaks fluent Japanese as well.
Okay.
So when we'd have Japanese weddings, I do the English part, she does the Japanese, and we do it together. So it's a lot of fun.
You guys are awesome. Oh, you guys are so awesome. I have enjoyed my time with you today, you and the Mrs. Allen. I appreciate it. I wish you guys many, many more years of bringing joy and blessings into other people's lives and just filling with more memories. That's just, you have a stock full of memories. It's a book. Please make sure that's documented somewhere along the way. This is wonderful.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
There you go. Thank you for making time. So that is all for this week's episode of The Male Perspective. I am your host, Lana Reid, and I will see everybody next time.